Today on the channel, Jakks Classic Superstars, Series 27. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel. Today, our deep dive into the Jakks Classic Superstars series continues with Series 27, getting down to the end. Next week, Series 28, the final series of the single-carded Jakks Classic Superstars. For a few Jakks Classic Superstars nuts out there like me, you know we still got a lot of videos to do. We got best ofs, we got tag teams, we got 3-packs, we got boxed limited editions, we got ringside exclusives, Toy Fair exclusives, 1/100s, ring giants, rings, the list goes on and on. There's a lot to cover still in this series, and we will cover all of that over the next year into 2021. But today is the day we talk about Jakks Classic Superstars Series 27. I don't know, I said last week Series 26 was the big kind of farewell, the last hurrah. I still kind of, well, I do still believe that is kind of the last good set they had. This set's okay. There's a couple of heavy hitters in this set, and we'll talk about them when we get to them, but some good, some bad, some ugly, like a lot of these Jakks sets that we've been used to and accustomed to over time. But without further ado, let's get into it, and let's start with the biggest travesty of Series 27 and one of the biggest head scratchers in all of Jakks Classic Superstars for me. And that would be this Big Show figure. So let's take a look at it first, like we usually do. There's the old Big Show. He's got his best burglar gear on. This is back when he was robbing houses part-time, I think. It's missing his mask, but just all blacked out. Black sweatpants, black everything. I believe the St. Valentine's Day Massacre era is what this is supposed to represent. There you have him there. Not a lot. We've obviously seen this before, and we'll show it here in a second. There's Big Show on the side. A little glamour shot on the other side. There's the whole crew down below. We got the little glamour shot, a little blurb on the side. You guys know I love those blurbs to the side. Every figure should have those, if you ask me. Let's read about it. 441 pounds, 7'2", finishing move, the choke slam. Or, he had a second finisher, the Colossal Clutch. Titles, WWE Champion, ECW Champion, WCW Champion, World Tag Team Champion, WWE Unified Tag Team Champion, and then United States Champion. So there you have it. So, I mentioned it just a second ago. We've seen this Big Show before. Yeah, we saw it in Series 25. Just skip a set and get back at it. Look at this. The exact same figure, however, positioned differently. You got 25 on the card here, 27 on the card here. It's technically a different figure, but it's the exact same figure. Just a little changes there. Look at that. That is annoying. It's very similar to that Rock figure we had, I don't know, 10 sets ago or whatever it is. They changed the title belts was all they did. Here, they changed the direction of his hands. I don't know, if I had to prefer the 2 in the pack, I like the 27 better than his 2 hands down on this one, I guess. You show the back of him. They do use different glamour shots, so that is different. And the side as well, they use the different glamour shots. So you can see that. But very, very strange. I don't understand it. It's just the weirdest thing ever. I'm not really sure what they were thinking with this one. I don't know if it was a factory mess up from the China factory where Big Show was so soon in the line and they were doing these simultaneously and they said let's just crank them all out on one production line. That could be just one of those mysteries of time that I think is going to be lost forever in Jakks lore, because I've never heard Jeremy Padower discuss it. I don't know if he knows. Maybe you should hit him up on Instagram or something. Maybe he'd have some kind of intel on that, but something tells me probably not. I don't know if a lot of people would remember this, if this is something you keep in your memory for 15 years as to why this happened. But really weird anomaly in the line. Not a big fan. I would have much rather seen somebody else. I believe Arnold Skoland, Bob Backlund's manager way back in the day, former wrestler, he was earmarked to be in Series 27. I remember reading it one time. Maybe he was going to be here, and then at the last second, this was an easy replacement. I think that's probably how that ended up going down. but I do not know for sure. But I do know one thing for sure. We got two big shows almost back-to-back in the same figure, in the same line. Absolutely crazy. So there you have it. There's Big Show. Well, let's take a look at the next one. All right, next up is a fun one in the line, and that's Steve Blackman. You know, the Attitude Era Steve Blackman. Don't mess with that guy. He'll beat you up. But Blackman hasn't had a Mattel, hasn't had any figures outside of this, outside of one Bone Cruncher. A very famous Bone Cruncher, at least for me. Comes with his, like, nunchuck type things or sticks. I don't know what you want to call them. I wish we would have got sticks or some kind of accessory with this Steve Blackman. Obviously a very plain character, plain figure. Not saying he doesn't deserve to be in the line. I like having him in at least some line. Nice to get a figure of Steve Blackman, because I doubt we're ever going to get a Mattel Steve Blackman. Maybe I'll be surprised one day, who knows. But at this point, this is probably his best figure he'll ever have. This is one I'm looking for, a loose one. Not really high on my list. It's one of those long game ones. Hey, if I come across it at a good price, I'll pick it up. But I'm not actively searching for a loose one of this. But besides that, there's not a lot to talk about this figure. It's black pants, red shoes, great head scan. A lot of these later Jakks, phenomenal head scans. Most Jakks, phenomenal head scans, but especially the later ones, they really got it figured out. They did have some issues with some big heads every once in a while. That was kind of annoying, as we all know. But for the most part, I thought they did a very good job with this Steve Blackman figure. Prototype on the back matches right up with what we got. Steve Blackman. I'm guessing this is a very cheap figure to produce. Not a lot of the budget was used on this one. And you got the back. You got the Murderers Row down below. Beautiful glamour shot and the ghost glamour shot in the background. Let's see what it says about old Steve Blackman. He's like a young dog, the bounty hunter these days, out in Pennsylvania somewhere. I heard he's bailing people out of jail and hunting for people and living the dream, really. I mean, how fun would that be? Hunting criminals down? I mean, sign me up. I'll do it. Weight 246 pounds, 6'2". Finishing move, that dreaded bicycle kick. Watch out. And the title's Hardcore Champion. So there you have it. Steve Blackman. I don't know. Will we ever get another Steve Blackman? Will Mattel come with one? Will somehow Jazzwares come out with one? I highly doubt it, unfortunately. So if you want a Steve Blackman that's the best Steve Blackman that can maybe go with your elites and other stuff, this is it. This is the one to find. Good luck on that. Let's look and see who's next. All right, next up is a guy I love, and that is the Barbarian. You know I love face-painted wrestlers, big wrestlers, and wrestlers in masks. Well, unfortunately, this incarnation of the Barbarian doesn't have any of that, like his previous Powers of the Pain versions had. But I still like this Barbarian figure. Very weak on the accessories. We don't have anything with him. Yeah, nothing with him. Very weak on accessories. As we know, the Barbarian that this represents is more of the furry boots, fur armbands, like pelt around him with the big antlers on his head. Bobby Heenan managed time frame Barbarian. I would have loved that Barbarian in here. That would have been an all-time great figure. Kind of like the Viking Raiders, the newest recent Mattel series. They have those horns and stuff. I would have loved to see something like that on the Barbarian here. The Barbarian, one of the toughest guys ever, one of the coolest guys ever. Obviously partnered with the Warlord as the Powers of Pain. You know that's right up my alley. Little Kyle was eating up the Powers of the Pain, eating them up with a fork and a spoon, and sometimes he'd even head to KFC on the weekends and pick up a spork. That's how into the Powers of Pain he was. But this Barbarian, I like it. Great head scan, great head sculpt, whatever you want to call it. Great figure, just severely lacking in the accessories department, as you can see. They're saving money left and right at the end of the line. And you can't blame them from a company-wide idea of that. If you know you're losing a license, why would you invest any more money into it? You just turn that product out. It's probably already pre-sold in. You're good to go. And there you go. So, the Barbarian. There he is on the side. Got that mean mugging face. There it is right there. Let's read the back here. The Barbarian, 295 pounds, 6'2". Finishing move, the diving headbutt. Titles, WCW United States Tag Team Champion. Who was he United States Tag Team Champion with in WCW? I do not recall. Maybe I know him and the Warlord were partners back in the day, but I don't remember him coming back when there's United States Tag Team Championships. I don't know. I'm sure one of you guys will leave me a comment, so please do. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. It's interesting one. I should mention, I forgot to talk about at the top of the show, Series 27 I have zero recollection of seeing in the stores. I got these from Ringside. I have no recollection of seeing any of these at my Toys R Us, Walmart, Kmart, Target, Venture, if everyone remembers Venture, if that was a thing, KB Toys. But yeah, we had a lot of opportunity to buy stuff back in the day. There was a lot of stores out there. But I just don't recall this set at all being at retail. I'm sure it was a little bit, but not like the prior sets, of course. So there you have it, the Barbarian. Well, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you don't follow Barbarian discussion without talking about Warlord next, it's actually against the law in the Midwest. It's a little known fact, one of those rules that, laws that probably needs to be abolished, but still on the books, so you got to do it. So here is the Warlord, a favorite of mine. One of the biggest dudes ever in wrestling, face paint, just covering all my bases that I like. Also, my dad's favorite wrestler of all time. There's a little Easter egg for you. Just love that Warlord. He used to always tell me, you know, Kyle, if this thing was all in the up and up, that Warlord, he'd kill everybody. And he probably would. He was a big, jacked up dude. Anyways, here's the Warlord. Similar to the Barbarian, this is Slick Arrow Warlord, where he had, you know, the mask and the big W wizard type staff, and he had that big shiny kind of, I don't even know what you call it, kind of coat deal. Just like Barbarian, we're missing all that stuff, unfortunately, but very, very cool nonetheless. Big figure, face paint. We always need more face paint. There should be a face painted wrestler in every single series, if you ask me. Warlord on the side, glamour shot on the side, and of course the back, and the heavy hitter lineup down below. Glamour shot, that's a big glamour shot at the top there. It's like he's almost reaching off the top of the package there. He's looking up to somebody saying, hey, put me on the wall. Keep me mint. Don't throw me in the garbage. And that's what we did all these years. Thank you, Warlord. I should mention this set was 2009. Like I said, dying days of Jakks, the very end of the line. Warlord, 323 pounds, 6'5", finishing move, the full Nelson, titles, World Tag Team Champion. I don't recall that either as World Tag Team Champion. So, I don't know. Maybe. Not in the WWE, for sure. WWF. But I love this Warlord figure. Probably one of my favorites in the Series 27. If not my favorite. Second favorite, maybe. But a cool figure. Just because I like the Warlord, and you guys know what I like out of my figures. So, I definitely like this one. Maybe not for everybody else, but for me, I really enjoy the Warlord figure. Let's see who we got up next. Alright, next up, we got an old favorite, and that's Goldberg. Bill Goldberg. More of a... We had a Goldberg prior in the Jakks Classic line, so now we get another one. We all know, we talk about it with the Mattel Elites a lot, there's not a ton of meat on the bone with Goldberg, as he's not the most toyetic figure ever, I guess you would say. He's a big dude, but there's no face paint, there's no fancy outfit. You're looking at black trunks. I believe this one is black trunks with the white on the line. I believe this is more WWE when he first came over, Goldberg, than it is WCW Goldberg. So that's a little bit of point of difference in the Classic Superstars line. I guess it does really make sense. I'm okay with there being two of them. So it is what it is, but there it is. We've had an updated WCW, Mattel Elite version of this, as you guys all know. I'm not sure about the head scan on this one. He does kind of look a little bit like Tank Abbott to me in the face, but that's all right. Bill on the side, look at that. He looks like he's got a big old dip in. He's got that lip just packed full of, I don't know, Copenhagen or something. Just ready to go. Like a young Stan Hansen. Goldberg. Got the back, of course. Let's see what it says about old Bill Goldberg. You know what? I'm looking at this right here. Trying to see in the package. I think they forgot his arm tattoo. Somebody can... Oh, no, they got one on the inside. Oh, no, it is there. Very light. Barely could see it. Very funny. But they did also get his tattoo inside there, so... That's at least some attention to detail there. But I thought they totally missed it. 280 pounds, 6'4", finishing move, the Jackhammer. Titles, World Heavyweight Champion, WCW Champion, United States Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion, which we all know... That was with the old Bret Hart, the Hitman. They were a hot tag team. Probably Bret's greatest tag team accomplishments ever with Bill Goldberg. Probably his best tag team partner. I don't know. Has he ever had any other good tag team partners? Just kidding. We all know the Anvil was #1 in all of our hearts and never let go. But there it is. Bill Goldberg, Series 27. All right, next up in Series 27... An old favorite of mine, more so from his G.I. Joe days, of course. And I always tell the story about when I met Sgt Slaughter in person. I said, Sarge, What was it like when you went toe-to-toe with Nemesis Enforcer in Cobra Law? How did that go? Were you scared? Did you think you were going to live? Did you think you'd survive? And he looked me dead in the eye and said, "What's a Nemesis Enforcer?" And that's it. That's the end of that story. It was crazy. But come on, Sarge, that was your biggest battle ever. By far. It wasn't against Hogan at the main event of WrestleMania. It was you battling for the world. Not just the country, the world, against Nemesis Enforcer, Globulus, and all those guys in G.I. Joe the movie, 1986. If you haven't seen that, man, watch that thing. It's the greatest movie of all time. Sgt Slaughter, I like this one. They used all the money in this set, I think, for this Sgt Slaughter. An awesome soft goods jacket. We got the hat. They did it all out for the Sarge. I don't know why. We've gotten a lot of Sarges in the past, but for some reason they did, and we appreciate it. So there it is. Sgt Slaughter Series 27. Look at that. I love that hat. I love the soft goods jacket. Just a great figure. Probably the best looking figure in Series 27. Sgt Slaughter on the side. A little glamour shot. Looking only like he can look. There's the old back. See what it says about the old Sarge. 310 pounds, 6'4". Finishing move, the Cobra Clutch. Titles, WWE Champion, WWE Hall of Famer. Leader of Slaughter's Marauders. Oh, wait, no, that's not on there. But, G.I. Joe. I never really looked super close, or I don't remember. He also looks like he's got a big fat dip in his bottom lip in there, if you look at that picture. It's a little different. It's really more animated on the figure than it is the glamour shot. I don't know if that comes off very well, but looks like he's got a huge dip under his bottom lips. We got a lot of old school chewing tobacco in these Series 27. A lot of guys putting dips in. Goldberg, Sgt Slaughter, getting the Copenhagen out. Kodiak, I don't know. I don't dip, but if I did, I would probably choose one of those too. So there it is. That is Series 27 Sgt Slaughter. We got 2 left in Series 27. The final 2 is probably one of the most violent feuds in the history of wrestling. 2 people that just feuded like you wouldn't believe, and it's probably everybody's favorite matches of all time, or possibly not at all. Let's get into them. Next up is Doink the Clown. And we're not just talking any clown, we're talking evil Doink the Clown. I like this one a lot too. They used some accessories with this one. We did get other Doinks in the past, as you guys all know. But I like this Doink. I don't know. I like it. It's a quirky oddball. He's got face paint on him. It's okay. An evil Doink. We need a good Doink, evil Doink. There it is. Let's see. So there it is. He's got a little trench coat action with him. The evil Doink colors, so you know. He's got kind of that creepy evil Doink face head scan going on. A little glamour shot on the side, of course. Evil Doink. I wonder if there's anybody out there that their favorite wrestler ever is Doink the Clown. If you come to somebody, who's your favorite wrestler? You know, most people are Ultimate Warrior, the Road Warrior, Sting, you know, stuff like that. You know, I love Doink the Clown. He's my favorite. He stole my heart and never let go back in the day. I wonder if there's anyone out there that way. Probably not. But if you are, hey, good for you. Let us know in the comments. There it is. Let's see what it says about old evil Doink the Clown. 243 pounds, 6'1". Finishing move, the old stump puller. Watch out for that one. Not bad. We got a Mattel. I believe it was the Flashback series with Mattel Elites. Walmart exclusive back in the day, a couple years ago, that was somewhat comparable to this. Not quite the same, but similar enough and different enough, but kind of the same thing. So there you go. Doink the Clown in Series 27. We got one left. Probably, not probably, is my favorite of Series 27, and Doink's evil nemesis. They had many battles back in the day, so let's get to him. All right, the final piece of our Series 27 puzzle is here, and it is Kona Crush. One of my most wanted flashback Mattel Elite characters. Somewhat forgotten figure in time, it feels like. A lot of people remember Crush, but he was a big deal. He came in with a lot of pizzazz, a big push. Was going to do big things. I think they earmarked him for, a title run, hoping he'd really take it to the next level. Never really happened. We got Crush, we got Jailbird Crush, we got Crush from WCW. There was a lot of different Crushes over the years. And how could I forget Demolition Crush? Oh my gosh, face paint. But this one is probably where Crush was most well known. This is where a lot of people, especially people my age, remember Crush when they probably think of him for the first time. Very colorful 90s character, the flowing mullet, all that fun stuff. From Hawaii, you know the islands. He was the original bro before there was original bros. That was Crush. So there he is right there. Very cool. I like that. The purple and yellow. Nobody's really used that combination since. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should. I don't know. Kona Crush. Here he is on the side. Look at that cheesy smile thing he's got going on there. Weird. Anyways, there's the back. Let's see what it says about old Kona Crush. 315 pounds, 6'7", finishing move, the choke slam. I don't think it was the choke slam. It was the Kona Crush, wasn't it, where you'd squeeze their head together or whatever. That was a great one. We were using that on the playground all the time in our fighting days back in elementary school. You know, people lock in that Kona Crush and crushing their head, and it was over. You know, the referee would call the bell, and the teachers come running over and get us, and oh my. Titles, World Tag Team Champion with Demolition, of course. Really carried that team at the end when Axe was kind of out. But I like this Kona Crush. I like this one so much. You guys know I had to have a loose version of this guy. There he is right there. Had to have a loose one of this one. A great figure. Crazy long-haired mullet on this guy. Look at that. Look at that mane, like a horse. That's crazy. But I had to have this one because there's no signs of a Mattel Elite coming anytime soon. I hope they do. This would be a great flashback Mattel Elite figure. I think it's one we don't hear in the mix when people are saying, hey, what Mattel Elites you want? You don't hear Crush come up a whole lot, but I think if you asked people out there, they'd say, yeah, you know what? I would like a Crush Elite. And I think that's one. So I don't know what it would take to get him signed and what it would take to get him an Elite, but I think it would be one we'd all appreciate over time, hopefully in the next couple of years. Hopefully there's a way. Some would say where there's a will, there's a way. And I just said it, so I guess I'm one of them. So there you have it. Jakks Classic Superstars Series 27. Next week, like I said, Jakks Classic Superstars Series 28, the end of the single card run. So very exciting to finish that single card run up. Then we'll do the best of series probably after that. And then we'll decide. I'll put a poll up on my YouTube channel, and I'll say, hey, do we want to do tag teams next, 3-packs, deluxe classics, miscellaneous? We'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out there. So there you have it. There's the whole crew. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss any more of these Jakks Classic Superstars. And if you missed any, they're all in my YouTube videos. Go back, search them out. There's a lot of good videos out there that you might have missed. Or heck, watch them again if you want. So there you go. Leave me a comment. Let me know who your favorite and least favorite of the series was. As always, let me know. Did you guys see these in the stores? I sure don't remember it at all. Maybe some of you guys did. So let me know in the comments. And that's it. So I'm Kyle. This is my old buddy Crush. I'll see you guys all real soon.